Hey guys, welcome to Laratips. In today's video, we'll be looking at what has been added in the latest version of Laravel 8.78.0. So let's get started. The first thing that has been added is this mergeIfMissing method on the request class. Let me show you that here in the Tinkerbell. So here I am just sending a request to this route. It is just like sending a request in the browser like this. And the parameter is name equals to Laratips. And before, let's say we didn't have this platform over here, passed over here, and we wanted to give it something value. If it did not exist, then we had to do it like this. If request missing platform, then request merge platform. If we did not do this, so let me just comment this, and if I just reload here, then you can see here the null. And now if I do it over here like this, then it would merge this platform into the YouTube, and we can access this platform from the request object. But now instead of doing this, we can just do this request merge if missing platform YouTube, and let me comment this and reload. Then we can see YouTube over here. But let's say we already have a platform over here as a Twitter, and if I reload here, then we'll get Twitter because it is already present over here, so it will not merge this platform. So this new merge if missing method is now added. Now the second thing that has been added is this: we can define an extra default password rules to the password class that has been added to the validation. So if we look here, let's say now we want to define this rule in our validation. We already have this password default rules, and when we define this password defaults, then it will automatically take the default value that we have defined in the app service provider. So let me show you that over here. If we add it like this here in the boot method of the app service provider, then whenever we write here password defaults, then it will automatically take these rules. So here it will take first that the password minimum should be 8 characters, and if we are in the production, it will check for mixed case and uncompromised, and if we are not in the production, it will just check this minimum password. And before, we couldn't add any custom validation rules that we could define in the request validate method. But now we can do that because there is this new rule method added to this password class. Suppose let's say we want this validation to be included inside the password here in the app service provider inside the boot method, then now we can do it like this. And anywhere we write this password defaults, then this new rule will automatically be included. And we can not only define it like this, but also we can pass an array, and we can pass any validation rule that Laravel provides over here. Similarly, you can do it like this as well. Now the third thing that has been added is this schedule clear mutex. Before, there was no way of clearing just the mutex file. So the mutex file would be created whenever we were using this without overlap method on the Laravel scheduler. And if you don't know about Laravel scheduler or task scheduling, then you can look at the detailed tutorial that I have created, and it is getting a lot more views because I have explained it in more detail. I'll be leaving the link of that video tutorial just below that like button. So let's say we want to clear those mutex file. Before, we had to run this PHP artisan cache clear, and it would clear all the caches that we have saved before, and this is not a good thing. So to fix this, there is new command that has been introduced, which is PHP artisan schedule clear cache, and whenever we run this command, only the mutex file will be created and all the other caches will remain as they are. Now the fourth thing that has been added is this lines method in the notification class of the Laravel. So if you see here, whenever we created a new notification, and inside the to mail, we could add line like this and a line like this. And let's say we wanted another line just below this line method, then we had to write another line method. And of course, it is not a bad thing to just write another line, but there is new method lines that has been added where we can pass array if we want multiple lines. And if I show you here in the files changed, it is just looping through those lines and just passing those values in this line method, and it is just a convenience method. Now the fifth thing that has been added is this sort collection by the keys, and it is not a new feature that has been added, but actually it is something that is fixed. So if I show you here, let's say if we want to sort a collection by multiple keys, let's say we want to sort it by the name and then sort it by the another column sort in this case, then we can do it like this. This sort is already a method in the collection, and here we have a key as well. So in this case, it will throw an error like this. Sort was called with invalid parameters because this sort is already present as a method in the collection. It would throw an error, but now this has been fixed and we can easily write the key as a sort. And finally, the sixth thing that has been added is this pipe through collection method. and it works like the pipeline class. And if you don't know about pipeline class in Laravel, then you can let me know in the comment section below. I'll create a tutorial about that as well. So here we can define multiple closures in an array, and we can pass it to a collection by using the pipeThrough methods. And what it does is it will pass all this collection through this closure, and whatever the result of this closure, it will pass it to this closure. So it works just like the pipeline. And the good thing is that you can define all these closures in a different class as well. So this thing will look very clean, and we'll have each of this functionality in the separate class, which will help us to follow the single responsibility principle as well.